Welcome to the 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic. It's time for shoot-up finals from the Spooky Nook Sports Complex in Manheim, Pennsylvania. And this is the largest indoor archery tournament on the East Coast. As the stage is set already for our next competition. Welcome to the broadcast booth. I'm Greg White, sitting alongside Chris Schaff, who recently won the 2023 Neems tournament. Welcome back to the U.S. And of course, we know that you're going to be competing for the #1 spot in the Open Pro category tomorrow, but we're happy to have you here today. So Chris, let's talk about it. We've had a couple of matches so far today. There is a 12 ring that's at play. We're going to talk about that in a moment, but no one's hit it yet. No one's actually hit it. People have called it, but they haven't hit it. But what have you seen so far in competition today?
I mean, it's been awesome. You know, everybody who's came out here has, shown why they are in the top 4.
Yeah, they certainly have. We're getting ready for the Women's Master Open category. This is a 50-plus category. But let's tell you a little bit more about what's coming up because we have more stuff after this one. We're going to get into 3 youth categories and then those premier women's barebow and barebow category. In the barebow class, we have 8 people that have qualified to shoot in our shoot-ups. And what's that all about here? Well, it's pretty simple. In this match that we're getting ready to head into, the top 4 have qualified after eliminations earlier today, and those rank ties were broken by 11s. Now, if you're in 4th place and 3rd place, you're going to shoot together. Whoever wins that is going to go shoot against 2nd. Whoever wins that goes and shoots against 1st place. So even the 4th place qualifier now has a chance to win this tournament. But what about the 12 ring? We mentioned it a moment ago. This is special, 1.5 centimeter dot that's situated bottom of each target. You've got to call it in order to let everyone know you're going after it. And if you call it, it's 1 per end and you have 4 shots at it. And it's all about strategy and having the confidence to hit something as small as that 1.5 centimeter dot. But it is time to get our archers onto the field of play. So here's the 3rd member of our broadcast team. It's PJ Riley.
All right, Women's Masters Open. Let's get this one started. Our #4 seed from Moulton, Pennsylvania, just down the road, Brandy Hubert. Brandy qualified 10th and worked her way up to #4. And our #3 qualifier from Utica, Kentucky, Nikki Curtis. So Women's Masters Open, we want to mention that this is one of those classes that's growing. We had 34 archers this year. Last year was its debut year. We only had 16, so we had that growth. We hope to see this class keep on growing.
Yeah, absolutely. 34 archers coming out. And, it's really, I think, Chris Schaff, the availability, too, of a class like this. And as more people learn, hey, listen, I don't have to go out and compete against, 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds and so on, giving me an opportunity to compete against people that are at my level, it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, here at the Lancaster Classic, there is pretty much a division for everybody now.
There certainly is. All right, so if you're just joining us, we're getting ready for the Women's Master Open. This is a 50-plus category. 4th place, who is Hubert, is going up against Curtis, our 3rd place qualifier. The targets are 20 yards downrange. This is indoor archery. It's that time of year here in the United States when indoor is kind of king, especially from where Chris Schaff is from, up in snow country in Montucky. And the targets we're shooting at are 3-spot, 40-centimeter target faces. So that means that the center 10 ring is 4 centimeters. And then we have a ring even smaller than that inside that's worth 11 points. So we go 11 for the smallest ring, and then 10, and then 9. And let's talk about that call. Why did she get a 9 on that shot?
So you see her arrow is touching the red, but it's also touching the yellow. All you have to do is touch the higher scoring ring to get the higher points. You don't have to break the line, just barely touch it.
Here's Nikki Curtis, 9 years shooting.
10.
Her husband Chris is here in support, and her daughter Megan as well.
She is an ASA Classic winner from 2014.
And what else did she put down on her card, Chris?
But she shot 173-inch whitetail that same year. Pretty jealous.
Certainly are.
A bit of movement there in the back arm,
A little bit of nerves.
for sure.
BJ will definitely talk. Ooh. Sometimes just getting settled into that back wall and it comes off.
Yeah, she was right at the breakover point and didn't get it quite past it. That's why it went forward a little bit.
10-9 line. Judges call.
So now the judges will head down to the bail, take a look, and get our official score. Well, PJ talks to one of our archers.
Welcome to the Lancaster Classic stage. How you doing? Hi. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm just fine. How's it feel up there?
So nervous.
So nervous.
So nervous.
Is this your first time on the Classic final stage?
This is my first time at the Classic.
First time at the Classic. Okay. What made you come out to it? Why'd you think this would be a good idea? You're probably second guessing that now.
Yeah, I really am. We're close by. It's always seemed like a fun event to come to. This is only our 4th indoor tournament we've done ever, so it's
And now
all new.
I'm guessing you'll be coming back.
I hope. We'll see.
Run through your equipment for us. Tell us
Oh,
what you're
boy.
shooting.
So I have a Bowtech Specialist. I have Black Eagle PS27 arrows with Vane Tech vanes and whitewater wraps.
CB sight,
CB sight.
Shrewd Optum, I believe.
I have a Carter Release.
Carter Release.
Antique. But it works.
All right, Mountain, PA, right down the road. Where do you shoot? What's your club or shop?
Yeah, we go to Chestnut Hill in Morgantown.
Chestnut Hill, my favorite 3D
Yeah,
course.
Love it.
Love it
Love
there.
it there. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Brandy, we appreciate you coming out to the Classic. After our first end, we have Nikki Curtis, Brandy 29, Nikki Curtis 28.
And how about this? And talking to, Brandy, and she's here with her husband Martin and her mom Connie. But the reason she got into archery, she's only been in it for 2 years, Chris. And she says because it's something to do because they're empty nesters. And it just shows you, that once you can pick up archery anytime.
Yeah, and it's pretty awesome that her saying this is her 3rd or 4th shoot ever, and she's standing out here.
Pretty incredible. Second place in IBO Spring. First place in IBO 3rd leg Triple Crown. So obviously Brandy Hubert has got some talent. A little miscue from Nikki Curtis there.
Yeah, you can see her first arrow hit down there as well.
Yeah. Possibly those nerves. Good solid shot there.
Good recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And these ladies are going to shoot 4 ends of 3 arrows, so there's still plenty of time.
9.
We have talked about how individualistic archery can be. If you look at the way that Nikki Curtis, aiming, both eyes open, downrange.
9.
Particular type of release.
It was a thumb trigger, I believe. So you activate. It has a trigger on it that you activate with your thumb to get it to fire when you want it to fire.
Brandy, you can see, chooses that kind of closed eye on that left eye to really center up that peep. Didn't like that shot, but still caught,
10.
Yeah, still caught the 10.
And she is shooting a thumb trigger as well, too.
With a nice big barrel on it to get that contact.
All right, I'm waiting all day to do this introduction.
Oh boy.
Nikki Curtis, welcome to the Lancaster Archery Classic stage.
Hello.
Nikki's part of one of the great ASA families. She's got her daughter Meg back here, her husband Chris down there, downrange. We see you at all the tournaments every year. Nikki, I'm thinking you're a little bit nervous today.
Oh my goodness. Unbelievable.
How does it feel? You've won big at the ASAs. How does this compare
Yes.
to this? Mainly you do 3D.
Right, mostly 3D. Big difference,
Big difference.
big difference,
A little more nervous.
absolutely.
Well, run through your equipment for me, Nikki. Tell us what you're shooting.
TRX 34, gold tip, triple X's, bee stinger bars, XL sight, clear targets lens, True Ball Blade Pro.
All right.
Yep.
Well, congratulations on making it here,
Thank
Nikki.
you.
We certainly appreciate you coming out to the Classic, and congrats on making it to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so Nikki, our third place qualifier, trying to hold on to a possible podium spot, but it's kind of slipping through her fingertips right now. So we'll see how things go, and if Nikki can kind of settle some of those nerves down here and start to get back to the rhythm in which we know she's capable of.
Yeah, if she can start here, put some good ones down there, I think it'll, boost her confidence up a little bit. Better start than last end for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But she's only got one arrow above half. So maybe give a couple clicks on that sight.
9.
For Hubert here, trying to find that center. Just kind of had that feeling that this is kind of where that match is going. Just, we know that these athletes are perfectly capable of hitting the center. It's a matter of dealing with this this new feeling.
Well, if you look at Nikki's target there too, she's got 3 arrows, one each end. That is hit low right, 8, 9 line there.
Mm-hmm.
It could be just where she's firing because she's nervous, or maybe the knock on that arrow is a little bit messed up and it's sending him down.
I mean, that's a good point, and that's part of experience, isn't it? Understanding that something like that can happen. I mean, a lot of times something as small as a knock can make a huge difference.
Yeah, if your confidence of where you're shooting and they're just hitting down there, at that point in time, you get rid of that arrow, put it in the back of your quiver, and grab a different one.
3D, do they also have an active indoor leagues? Lots of shooting?
Not really.
I didn't think so.
We're trying to get, there's some talk about trying to get some things going.
Right.
There, we have a few people that are interested in getting together and just doing some shoots, so there might be some things down the road.
Might be some things down the road.
Follow our
Gotcha.
Facebook page.
There you go. So Chestnut Hill has this great 3D program they run in the summer, once a month. For some reason, it's one of the most popular in this area. They always get a big turnout. But let's see here. After
So this is the Women's Masters Open 50-plus category, and we have Nikki Curtis going up against Brandy Hubert to determine who gets to shoot off against our second place qualifier. Indoor archery, 20-yard range here at the Lancaster Archery Classic. You do kind of get the feeling, though, with this match that even with the points difference right now, it could kind of turn around. I mean, if Nikki Curtis can just dump 3 11s down in there and a couple miscues from Hubert, and all of a sudden we're right back in the mix.
Yeah, each one is, giving up a little bit of points. So, I mean, it could go either way right now.
10.
Oh, Nikki stepped on the 12 button. So she's going to shoot for that little white dot.
First arrow, I like it. Could this be the first 12 we've seen hit all day?
Ooh,
That's close.
that's going to be
That is
close. The
so
judge will look
close.
at it there. I think it's there.
All right. Chris Schaff, he's our expert. He says he's there.
So all you have to do is just touch that line.
Mm-hmm. Boy, if that is a 12, that's a 3-point swing on one arrow.
Yeah, she's got to concentrate here and hit these next two.
9.
Okay, so the door is open again. Yes. Okay. So now we're going to wait for that call, that top target. Now what, Chris? What do you?
It's so close.
We can't quite see it, and this is what we talk about. All
It
that
still
air,
looks
all that
good.
shaft has to do is just touch the outer edge of that black ring, and it is count as the higher point value. It's not 3D though. I mean, it's not. We're not pulling lines here.
Our
all right?
judge will give us a confirmation here. See Nikki's husband there.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking a look at it.
Oh yeah. See, it's where the arrow is at rest. That's the thing to remember. It's not actually, you know, the hole in the paper. It's got to be where that is at rest. I don't think so, Chris. I just don't.
I don't think it. I think the scores, even with the 12 up there, she's one down. Oh, she got it.
She got it. All right.
First one.
All right. First one. And looks like we got a 1-point game now.
All right.
Heading into our final end, so it looks like it's Curtis 114, Hubert 115.
What a swing right there.
What a I mean, just look at that score line. 28 to 32. Close one. Absolutely close.
All right, let's bring
That was
out
that's what the
our
12
number
rings about.
2 seed from Linville, Virginia. We have Lisa Zuber.
So Lisa Zuber's coming out. And her husband Brian is here. And how she started was she watched her husband shoot and she said, well, we should just do that together. She's made a ton of friends here. Now Zuber, no stranger to success in archery. He's IBO Shooter of the Year in 2020, IBO Triple Crown winner in 2021. But this is the Lancaster Archery Classic, Chris Schaff, and it is a completely different feel.
Completely different. Both of them look like that they've, had success in, the 3D aspect of archery, but their target archery is definitely completely different.
We're off to the races already. This is where Hubert has the advantage of being up on stage, getting that match under.
Getting the initial nerves out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, you still have pressure, wanting to win and everything like that, but when you first step on that stage, your nerves are through the roof. But Lisa looks like she's handling them really well here.
10 seconds on the clock. It's a 30-second clock to execute your arrow. We've seen it. It's just enough time to let that arrow down and get back into it. Chris Schaff and I talked about this on the broadcast earlier. Your position is, if you're committed to it, you're going for it.
Commit to it. You see Lisa's first 2 arrows hit high, and I did watch her adjust her sight a little bit.
Nine.
Too much?
You know, I don't think so. Oftentimes what happens is that even if you make 2 or 3 clicks, your brain is also like, I've got to hit it a little bit lower, so it's almost like the double whammy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 2 or 3 clicks isn't going to take her from a high 9 to a low 9.
Yeah, so maybe
You know.
could grab a handful. All right. We know that Lisa's coach is having a conversation with her as we take a look. What you're looking at, obviously, is the target face. But we, from our vantage point,
Lisa,
can see what's going on.
welcome to the
Here's
Lancaster
BJ.
Archery Classic final stage.
Thank you.
Is this your first time here?
Third.
On the stage, final stage?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Have you shot the Classic before?
This is my 3rd time.
3rd time. Gotcha. How is the competition? Did you shoot it last year?
No.
Okay, gotcha. So first time in Women's Masters Open.
Yes.
Are you thankful for that class? I know some of the other archers, it used to be a mixed class. Last year we were able to separate men's and women's.
I was really happy that they made this class.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Run through your equipment for us here.
Okay, I have the Matthews TRX 38 with a CB sight shrewd scope. Let's see, I have a Stan Element, and my arrows are the PS 26.
Black Eagle
Yep.
and the cool release pouch, of course. That's awesome. You were getting some tips from your coach, Nate Atkins, back here we know real well. What was he telling you?
I was shooting too high, so he did tell me to give it a few clicks.
Couple clicks.
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations to making it to our final stage, Lisa. After our first end, Brandy Hubert, 29, Lisa Zuber, 27.
Not too far out of range with 3 ends left.
Yeah, still a lot of arrows to shoot here.
I'm
A lot
sorry.
of, a lot of pressured arrows.
I'm sorry, dude, but that release pouch is awesome.
I think you
Is
need
that
one.
the abominable snowman?
I think you need one.
I think, you know, my birthday's right around the corner, Chris, so you know how to send me a gift. Probably in Europe somewhere, it's fine. Women's Masters Open, 50-plus category.
Ten.
She's dialed her way back in there.
Coach's advice worked.
Yep.
Now, when Lisa said, my coach said, give it a couple clicks for people that are maybe new to archery or even, you know, bare bow shooters that are looking at compound, what does that even mean?
So you see both these women have a sight and a scope there. They all have clicks on them. So you can move the dial in super fine increments to move your arrow up and down downrange.
And for those maybe that are shooting that haven't heard this before, the best advice is if you're missing, chase your arrow. Meaning if it's high, move your sight high. If it's low, move your sight low. Chase the arrow with your scope, and that's going to help with where the arrow lands.
Yeah, I give myself, you know, I tell them confidence clicks is what they are, you know, because 1 or 2 clicks isn't going to move your arrow very much.
Mm-hmm.
But in your mind, okay, I move my sight.
Yep. And plus, they're free. Clicks
That's
are
right.
free. We know a friend of ours who likes to say that. Clicks are free.
11.
And
Great
if you got one
shots.
of those expensive sights on there, you might as well use it.
That's true. Great shot from Lisa Zuber.
Yeah.
Seems like she's starting to settle down.
Nine.
Oof. So we
Yeah,
just
so
saw a
there we
lead
just-
change.
Yep, flip spots.
Brandy, I was listening to our commentators, and I believe I heard Greg White mention that you just picked up archery not too long ago.
Yeah, so we've shot a lot of the IBO events last year. We did all 7 of them, so this is our first experience with indoor and spots.
And how long have you been shooting a bow?
I'd say maybe 12 years, but we took
12
a
years.
big break in between. Like we shot some 3D tournaments back in like early 2000s, and then took some time off and just recently got back into it last year. So
Do you think this will help your IBO game doing the
I think
indoor?
so.
Yeah,
I really do. Just the focus and mental game is huge.
And
in
you'd
this,
much
so.
rather be here than outside shooting
little
3D
warmer.
targets, right?
A little warmer, yeah.
All right. After 2 ends, Lisa Zuber takes a 2-point lead. 57, Brandy Hubert, 55. 12 ring is available.
PJ always getting them to hit that 12.
It's like he's selling the 12. Hey, listen, if you hit that 12, $2. Lisa Zuber coming off her last arrow was an 11. See if she can really start to get that moving.
Ten.
Good shot.
She definitely holds it a lot longer than some other competitors.
You know what Brandy Hubert mentioned really is something that's key to archery, is that archery can come in and out of people's lives. You know, they have children, things get jobs, you move different places, maybe you don't have as much archery available, but it's always here to come back to, isn't it?
It is, you know, and it's super supportive no matter what you do.
Ten.
These shots look like they're coming off the bow too cleaner for Lisa Zuber right now.
Yeah, just that initial nerves coming up here is settling down, it looks like.
10.
Is she shooting a tension release?
It looks like it's a resistance release. That's what I was just looking at. So she draws it back with her finger on that barrel, push or depressed. And then once she gets in there, it looks like she's pulling her thumb off and then just using pure back tension to get it to fire.
Very interesting on how that release would really work even under pressure. These
11.
matches. Great shot by Brandy. It's funny, you and I were looking at the same thing, like we leaned into the monitor to see like what is going on with her thumb.
I thought that the shot before that, I'm like, it looked like she took her thumb off.
So let's talk about that for a second as we wait for these scores. There are a few different types of release aids, and that's one of them. So tell us kind of the 3 main types that we look at.
Well, you have that one there, the resistance one. So it's got a safety as you pull it back. You let off the safety and just pull against the back wall, and it fires at a certain poundage. There is a hinge style release where it's a half moon with a hook on there, and you have to pivot the release until it fires. And then there's a thumb trigger where I believe Brandy is shooting a thumb trigger.
Our score is
And
confirmed.
you just push the button
Brandy
with your
Hubert
thumb.
now jumps
And then there's
ahead,
also the finger
86,
trigger wrist
Lisa
strap
Zuber,
release, which most
85.
hunters use, but you will see it here as well this weekend.
Yeah.
Lisa, that 12
There's a lot of
ring
ways to
there,
get that,
or that
and
12 button,
a
you
lot
can
of those
hit it. I
releases are
forgot
just
to make
because
my
people have
email
different
complete.
styles or
Working
even
in
dealing
my
with different
contract.
things. I know that
Call
I've used the
gives me an
tension
extra
release
day
to
off
try to
for
deal with
every
something
archer
called
that
target
calls it and
panic
hits
in the
it.
past, and
So,
people say
I'm
hinge,
thinking
you know,
of
hinge
you,
releases.
but
There's a lot of information out there. A lot of good archers will let you know, and information
I like
on the
that.
internet. And
And it's all personal on how you want to shoot it. You know, like we said in the past, every bow is customizable to yourself.
but aren't there releases that are like hinge releases that do have a safety?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
There are
so-
hinges that have safeties.
There you can go. Her thumb gets off of that button, and bam, off it goes. It does look like it's a clasp type of release, so it would lead us to believe that it's some type of tension release.
Eight, 9 line.
No call for the 12 on that one, so that was just dropping the bow arm or so.
Maybe Something like that, yeah. With that 8, it puts them, realistically within 1 point without this arrow being shot.
Nine.
So from what? The upper left-hand part of your screen, our unofficial score as we try to keep you posted of what's going on. It looks like we're all tied up. 1 arrow to go.
10.
Could we see our first shoot off?
Yeah, she's got to hit the 11 here to win this.
To
Unofficially,
guarantee it.
yeah.
Yeah. Chris is going to keep an eye on that clock for us.
Yeah, she drew back at 19 seconds. So she let 11 seconds go. Fired at 5 seconds.
She did not like that either. Just didn't break where she wanted it to.
No.
So now we're really going to have to wait for judges, because if that 1 arrow is called an 8 on that 8-9 line, then we are going to be all tied up. So we'll wait for official word. This is the 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic here from Spooky Sports Complex in Manheim, Pennsylvania. We are in our shoot-up finals, where we have 3rd place shot off against 4th place, advanced to shoot against Lisa Zuber, who qualified 2nd after elimination matches today. And whoever wins this match will go to shoot against our #1 qualifier of the weekend. We had qualification round that happened either on Thursday or Friday, depending on 1 of 5 line times. 60 arrow qualifier. Then we went into eliminations, and each class has their certain eliminations, whether it's the top 64, top 32, and then
All
there was
right,
a single round
our
eliminations.
scores are official. Lisa Zuber,
And that
114.
arrow
Brandy Hubert,
was
113.
just off the 9 ring
That
for
means
Brandy.
Brandy will finish up in 3rd place, taking home $350. Congratulations, Brandy Hubert. You betcha.
All right, so Brandy's able to shoot her way up from 4th to 3rd.
All right, here we go.
Stand on the podium.
Our #1
Let's go to
seed
PJ.
from Saginaw, Michigan, and from our own customer service department, our #1 qualifier, Julie Kaufman.
Well, you heard it. Julie Kaufman is a remote Lancaster Archery Supply technical expert.
Many of you probably called into Lancaster and actually spoke to her on the phone.
And I had no idea she lived in Michigan.
So you get 30 seconds to shoot your arrow, and you may choose.
So not only can they give you good advice, they can shoot as well.
When you're ready, you let me know.
If you watched this coverage last year, you may remember seeing Julie in the mix. She finished 4th here in 2022. She finished 2nd at the NFA Outdoor National Championships in 2021, 2022 as well. So here we go. This is for the #1 spot for the Women's Masters Open category, 50 plus at the Lancaster Archery Classic, the 2023 edition. And Kaufman's going to kick us off.
9.
You see her hit high, the same as Lisa did when she first stepped out.
11.
Great start to the match.
Yeah, her sight's definitely dialed in, even though Julie moved her off her spot.
9-10 line.
Julie definitely shoots one of the fastest shots out here so far. Those two were, they get back, pin in the middle, and it's gone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a long, long hold.
Yeah, it's 5 seconds there.
9.
too, with Julie. If she just has that same rhythm and just lets this go, yeah, that fast.
Yeah.
11-10 line.
Now
It can
this,
definitely throw somebody off their game.
yeah, I mean, here comes Lisa. She's got to get right back to full draw into her anchor point.
It's a good one.
Great shot. All right, you'll definitely want to hear this one as we await PJ. to be able to
Julie.
have a conversation with Julie.
How you doing?
Good.
You were on the final stage last year?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, you remember, you know what we talked about, how you're going to go through your equipment, right?
Yeah.
Just going to give them all in Lancaster Archery item numbers,
Yes.
inventory numbers,
Item
right?
number, page number.
Page
current
number
stock.
as well, all right.
Yes.
Do you know someone you can call if you need some help?
Absolutely.
Run through your gear for us, Julie.
I've got a PSE RTX, Excel Achieve sight, Shrewd bars, gold tip 9.3s, Carter Just Cuz. I think that's about it.
And let folks know what
Oh.
you do, you know, because you're communicating with people all over the world, literally. But
Yes.
what do you do for us at Lancaster Archery?
Take orders. Here we go. I knew I was going to do it again. Take orders, do tech support, and pretty much that's about it.
Right, folks call in, you work remotely, so when they call in, they talk to you, and you give them all the advice they need.
Yes.
All right. We appreciate everything Julie does for us. Mostly we appreciate how she shoots. And right now, after our first end, Lisa Zuber 31, Julie Kaufman 28.
Well, I thought that conversation was going to be about 30 minutes, so she was going to go over page number
Julie,
and part
if you
number
hit the
for
12, I think
everything.
Rob gives both of us.
I'd be
Including
impressed if she knew it.
The
off the top
clarifier.
of her hair,
Yeah, no
head.
kidding. Well, actually, if you need to know the clarifier in my peep.
Yeah, page 44.
There we go. Waiting for that clock, Lisa Zuber. To get us going.
Nine.
You can see as soon as she lets her thumb off that resistance release, I mean, you can see a little bit of tension build up after that.
11-10, I believe that caught the 11.
You see Julie here is actually shooting a gold tip 9.3, which is a 23 series arrow.
World Archery Legal, US Archery Legal size.
Yep. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, if she wanted to, she could have shot a 27 here, but obviously she has more confidence in the a little bit smaller arrow, and you know they seem to hit just fine.
Nine.
Yeah, she definitely gets right on target and then lets it fly. Contrasting styles.
Two completely different styles.
10.
Just got that line.
Lisa, where do you shoot back home? What club or pro shop do you shoot out of?
Singer's Glen Bowbenders and Bowhunters Rockingham and
Right.
Augusta Archers.
Is there a good target community there? Is it more 3D, indoor, or what's the makeup of the club?
We shoot more 3D.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So your indoor game, you just work on that yourself.
Yeah.
All right, heading into our third end, Lisa holding a 3-point lead, 61-58. Oh, let's wait for official scores, actually.
Yeah, we're going to wait for official scores, as
Yes, that
PJ
is
just
correct.
mentioned, but it is correct.
61-58.
I also have a feeling since Julie Kaufman has been here before at getting into this third end, and I would imagine that the nerves have kind of settled down for her a little bit as our #1 qualifier. With the amount of archers in the Women's Masters Open category, 34 this year, nearly doubled from last year. They had 2 rounds of elimination, so the total points available were 924, and Kaufman was able to snag 847 of those with 33 11s along the way. And for Julie Kaufman, she needs to find a couple more of those if she's going to close the gap, because Lisa Zuber is starting to hit them like that.
Yeah, being out here for a match or two now, I mean, she has to have her nerves calm down a little bit. But they'll probably start amping up here toward the end of this match, or the end of this end and the next end, because first place is on the line.
It is. With shots like that, Lisa Kaufman starting to let it slip through her grasp.
Do you think she did her nails to match her bow and grip tape?
Without question. Why wouldn't she? It's a cool look. It looks like both of these archers are using the fall away or drop away rest, doesn't it?
9.
Lisa, I believe is, and I know Julie is.
Yeah. I know Julie is for sure.
Yeah, it looks like she's got the ham ski on there, one of the ham skis.
Now I know that, competing, you use a blade rest, right?
Julie,
Correct.
what's the favorite part of your job? And Trey said you have to mention him when you talk about it.
Oh, well, then it's absolutely having Trey as boss.
No, what do you enjoy most about it?
Getting to talk about archery, which my life completely revolves around.
Gotcha. How much time would you say you spend shooting? Sometime every day?
Yeah, maybe not every day, but a ton.
A ton.
I'm shooting 2 leagues a week that I actually drive over an hour just to get to them.
Is that right? All right. What club or shop are you shooting out of?
Currently, I just switched to Flint Bowman in Flint, Michigan.
Flint, Michigan. All right. So after 3 ends, we have Lisa Zuber, 92, Julie Kaufman, 86.
Let's finish our conversation about that. You use blade rest, which is a stationary, rest where the arrows and then there's dropaways. What are the different philosophies on using those 2 different types of arrow rests?
Personally, I like to have the least amount of moving stuff on my bow. I travel all over the world to shoot, so having something mechanical like that could fail on me. I mean, the blade rest could fail as well, but you're more apt to have a failure with a drop away. But the drop aways, get the arrow off faster, because the arrow only rides probably half the shaft down it before it falls out of the way, whereas a blade rest, your arrow is going pretty much the whole length down it.
Yeah, right, which gives you a little bit more time to maybe make an error.
Yeah, correct, a personal error.
That's where you need archery friends that like to buy equipment, and you say, hey, can I try that? See how it goes. Or just go to Lancaster Archery, just start spending. Final arrow for the #1 spot for the Women's Master Open 50+ category. A rapidly growing category as more women in this age category are getting involved in competition.
10.
Maybe even enjoying some winter competition, as a lot of the 3D archery here in the U.S. is, at least at the top level, won't start competing until February of this year.
Yeah, that's still in the middle indoor season for me.
Yeah, for sure. For quite a lot of people.
Yeah, too cold in Montana to be shooting outside in February.
It's true.
But with that arrow there, I think Lisa just sealed first place.
She certainly did.
11.
Awesome way to finish, though.
Good finish. But even still, that'll take her to 116. So as we wait for the official score, 123 to 116 is what we think it's going to be. And it's going to be Lisa Zuber. Our second place qualifier after elimination brackets today was able to pull ahead of Julie Kaufman and potentially take victory.
Getting confirmation of our scores here. Gary Reynolds is our score announcer down there. It is official. Lisa Zuber, 123. Julie Kaufman, 116. As our second place finisher, Julie takes home $550 Women's Masters Open. And our champion, Lisa Zuber, $1,000. Champion 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic. How does that feel?
I'm speechless. I didn't expect this at all, for sure. I'm really happy that I got to be here.
So 2 weeks ago when you were making your plans to come to Lancaster Archery Classic, did this factor in at all?
2 weeks ago, I wasn't even sure if I was still coming.
Well, are you glad you did now?
Yes,
And will we see you back?
absolutely.
All right, we appreciate it. 2023
Thank you.
Women's Masters Open champion, Lisa Zuber.
What a great and unexpected win for Lisa Zuber. After good qualification and shooting her way after elimination matches today, and she walks away champion. Well, the Women's Master Open 50+ category is growing. You'll definitely want to get involved with that, as the 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic from Spooky Sport Complex and the Shoot Up Finals continue in a moment.